I rarely say this. The world is about to change massively. I don't say that to create fear. I say it to create opportunity. Hey everyone, David here. New look, new year. Please excuse the 1970s mustache. I have taken some time off from Tech Talk, not because I'm uninterested in giving you folks some of the most important information in regards to security and privacy that I can find and know, but because the landscape of technology has changed dramatically. And during the past 4 or so months since I've last checked in, I have done a massive dump learning on AI. Yeah, that didn't sound exactly right. I've done a massive deep dive into AI. That has included spending an insane amount of time on Claude, Perplexity, and then other associated websites like Replit. I'm going to get into all of these with you in a little bit more detail. What I can tell you today is this. Number one, I have now used Claude, which is my platform of choice when it comes to conversation and writing, to completely overhaul one of my business websites. This has included search engine optimization and AI engine optimization keywords. It's also meant rewriting nearly every page, getting advice on how to make my website operate faster, how to clean up all of my Google Analytics so that that website is served more often and more accurately to more people. That process is not a simple matter, and it wasn't a matter of just telling AI, hey, please do this for me. It's been a collaboration. Essentially, it's the equivalent of me hiring an SEO expert and working in tandem with that individual. Only in this case, it's an AI platform. And it has taken, and I am nearly done now, between 3.5 to 4 weeks of dedicated time. I mention this because AI is not this blink and it's done type of platform. It's not a set it and forget it kind of technology. We're getting closer. I'll explain that in a future video. But for now, what you need to know is you're going to need to invest a significant amount of time in training your AI client, your AI agent. It's really, at this point, no different than working with a new human employee. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. Quite the opposite. You absolutely should do it. I'll explain that in a little bit. But it takes time. Number two, I created from scratch, using open source code, my own application. It's called SoundQ. And it is based off of an actual running on my Mac application that I developed with a coder probably about 8 to 10 years ago. The problem with that standalone application, it no longer works on my computer because over time, as is always the case, operating systems, chipsets, and all different types of technical specifications change. So my lovely application that I was using to queue up theatrical shows that I perform in stopped working. I went to a website called Replit, and I used Replit to recreate my application from scratch, from the ground up. I'll leave links to Replit and the other platforms below so that you don't have to take notes on this video, and also, importantly, so you can use my referral links and earn me a little bit of money as a way of saying thank you, David, for all this amazing work that you do to help educate us. And I don't know why I'm whispering, so sorry about that. It is now a web application, software as a service, or SaaS. As a result of it being hosted on a website as a service, it will now work on Macs, PCs, Linux, Windows. Doesn't matter the operating system. If you're on a computer that can access the internet, you will be able to use my application now to help take your local community, prosumer, or professional theatrical show from being uncued with sounds to cued. Do I know some HTML? Sure. Do I know TypeScript or React or CSS or JSON or SQL? No. And neither do you, most likely. But because of Replit, you don't need to. What I did, and what you can do right now, is create an application by using a process that's now known as vibe coding. You just speak to your platform. Tell it what you want. Hey, I'm looking to make an application that creates a to-do list for me. It's insane. But that process also took a lot of time. If I were to add up all the hours, somewhere between 3 and 4 weeks worth of time. Again, AI is not a solution where you snap your fingers and the product is done. I worked diligently with my platform of choice, Replit, and it was a back and forth. It was an exchange. Here's what it gives me. Well, that's pretty good, but please change this and that and the other thing. Hey, the code isn't working. I need you to address that. Oh, the fix that you just made broke these 2 other things over here. So a lot of my time was spent learning how to talk to AI. I tried it first on Google's platform, Gemini. And what I learned from working on Gemini is that in order to get Gemini to do what I needed it to do in regards to coding, I had to have these massively long prompts that basically says,
don't do anything that I didn't specifically ask you to do. If there's any questions that you may have about what directions to take, please contact me first. Ask the questions. I will provide you clarifying answers to your questions, but do not take any initiative on your own unless you check in with me first and get my explicit permission.
I was using prompts like that so frequently that I created shortcuts so I could just paste them in automatically. That's one of the reasons, by the way, that I shifted the project from Google Gemini to Replit. Replit is a far better platform for creating applications. However, it's a paid platform. Google Gemini, right now, 100% free. If you've got a killer idea for an application, a to-do list, a fun music app, a photo app, start on Google Gemini. It's free. Get your hands dirty. See how the technology works. There are ways to save your work there and upload it up to another platform called GitHub. We'll talk about that in another video entirely. The point is, once you've gotten your hands a little dirty and you understand how it works, you can then move to a paid platform like Replit, which is much better, and import your saved project from Google Gemini into Replit, so that you can continue to develop without losing a step. And then the last thing that I need to tell you in today's installment is this. Get ready. Shit's changing, and it's changing really fast. So, with all due respect to my friends in the technology space, if you are a coder, and you're someone who programs in Python or Ruby on Rails or any of the other most popular coding languages, you need to find yourself a new career now. If you are an administrative assistant who schedules for a boss, writes occasional correspondence, responds to email, find another job now. If you work in any profession where technology is used by entry-level employees to do some or most of their job, if that describes you, look for another job. And today's final point is this: start looking for work using AI. It is right now still early enough that you're an early adopter. Those of us in the tech world embrace this term, early adopter. It means you're someone who tries the technology first, wraps your head and your mind and your intellect around it, and finds cool and creative ways to use it. Early adopters take the most risk, but they also bear the most fruit. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter what you even know about AI. Here is your assignment. Spend 1 to 2 hours a day. I don't care if it's after you put the kids to bed. I don't care if it's you wake up at 5 a.m. so you get in 2 hours before you go to your full-time job. Spend 2 hours a day on AI. Have it be your personal assistant. Everyone talks about ChatGPT. Fine. I think and will recommend that you spend your time on Claude. Claude is a more human interaction. ChatGPT, to me, still feels and sounds like it is a machine. I like the interactions on Claude. Have your AI of choice, and you've got a pick: Perplexity, Gemini, Claude, or ChatGPT. You got 4 really big ones to choose from. Start spending time on those platforms. Pick one. Have it find and book you travel. Have it write an email for you. Do some research for something that you want to buy. Spend time. Get familiar with the platform. If you dare, and you should, start having it do more complex stuff. Throw in a bunch of data and say, make me a PDF and design charts that go into the PDF based on the data that I have just fed you. Give it some Excel spreadsheets. Maybe it's your personal finances. Maybe it's a side hustle or business that you run. Maybe it's something that you do at work. Feed the data and ask it to please correlate. Create columns, examine the data, find positive trends, negative trends, pain points, and then possible solutions for dealing with those pain points. Begin thinking of AI platforms as a personal assistant, a second brain, and remember, this does not replace your ability to critically think. It does not replace your trust. Whoever you choose to be your partner of those 4 biggest platforms, you will need to engage in an ongoing conversation with that platform, back and forth. But spend time on it. When jobs start getting eliminated, and they will be, you will start to be in a better position to get hired for businesses that are looking for employees that are already fluent in prompt engineering and using AI to be more productive. I beg you, I rarely say this, the world is about to change massively. I don't say that to create fear. I say it to create opportunity. For those of you who are subscribers, either free or paid, listen to this. I'm not the only one saying it, and I've spent a lot of time listening to other people who know more than me. They're all saying it too. With the world about to shift so dramatically as a result of this newest form of technology, become an early adopter. Okay? Okay. I'll see you soon, now that I feel like I'm in a better position to serve you in regards to technology.